everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Metal Marty Mac back with another video. This time it's the movie update, guys. This is the kind of monthly or bi-monthly thing I do. Show off some videos or some movies on my channel that I've recently picked up and purchased. So yeah, so without further ado, there's a good lot of stuff here this time, guys. This is July and August. I remember having feck all in May and June, but there's a good lot this time, so I'm going to fly through them. I think there's about 18 4Ks here and probably the same in Blu Rays. So not gonna dwell on the albums at all. I'm just gonna fly through them. So just as a matter of interest, in the background, what we're listening to is The Witch soundtrack of The Witch by Mark Corvin. Super soundtrack, absolutely amazing stuff. Love it, eerie as hell. Great film, absolutely brilliant horror. One of the best horror films I've seen in the last donkey's years. So quickly, gonna grab some of the 4Ks here. Yeah, quickly gonna show you these. All them beside me. Okay, so up first I picked up Jaws 2. Jaws 2 came out sometime last month, I think, and had to get it, obviously, being a massive Jaws fan. Picture quality is very good on Jaws 2 4K. Movie's not as good as the first, obviously, but it's still a great movie. Picked up Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta classic disco movie from what year was this bitch out? 1977 or so. Not as good as I remember the movie being. I used to enjoy that movie, but it's okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. Transfer is pretty decent enough as well. Deep Impact. Morgan Freeman. What's her name? Tia Leone. Who else is in that? Robert Duvall. Haven't watched it yet. Still sealed, but I will watch it because I like disaster movies, like a lot of people do. The Eternals, another one from my Marvel collection. Have seen this movie. It's okay. It's not a brilliant movie or anything, but as I say, I needed it in from my Marvel collection. A lot of good offers on Amazon the last few months, especially on 4K if you're into 4K. So yeah, also picked up from this is Marvel or is this DC? I think this is Marvel. This is Morbius. Jared Leto. Obviously, it's still sealed as well because it's not a great movie. But once again, I needed it for the collection. The classic film noir, Casablanca, Humphrey Bogart, and what's her name, Ingrid Bergman. Had to pick that up. Still haven't opened it yet because I've seen it a dozen times. But yeah, it's going pretty cheap at the moment as well. This absolutely banger of a movie. Still sealed. Didn't open it yet because I only got it the other day. But I will very soon. I can't wait to watch it. So this is Vincent Cassel, Monica Bellucci. This is Christopher Gans movie, Brotherhood of the Wolf. If you're into martial arts, and when is this set? It's probably set in the 17th or 18th century, reign of Louis the 14th, 15th. But yeah, a great action movie, great story. This is a brilliant movie. If I could recommend any movie today, this would be it. Brotherhood of the Wolf. Definitely a must watch. Excuse me, just get a few more 4Ks. Didn't realise I had so much this month. That's what happens when I feck all last month. So up next we have 3 movies from the Superman collection, the original Christopher Reeve Superman collection. So we've got the number 2. So this is there's actually 2 on this. It's the standard version, and then there's the Richard Donner mix, the Richard Donner cut. Even I haven't watched the Richard Donner cut, but I did watch Superman 2. That's great. Brings back great memories. That movie. I remember going to the cinema to see it when I was a kid. Also picked up Superman 3. Still sealed, haven't watched this, but this is the one with Richard Pryor. Very funny. Remember it being good. And then the worst in the series of the Christopher Lees, unfortunately, is The Quest for Peace. It's complete dog shit, really, but if you're buying the rest, you need to buy that one as well. So that's a bit of DC there. Up next, picked up this, watched this. Thought this was a really good film. One of my favourite actors, Nick Cage. So Nick Cage is Nick Cage. So this is the unbearable weight of massive talent. What's his name? Pedro Pascal's in this. If you like Nick Cage and just like Nick Cage being Nick Cage, it's a good fun movie. Pedro Pascal is a good actor too. Good bit of comedy. So Nick Cage is playing himself in it. It's very funny actually. Another one that I haven't watched, new and sealed. Picked this up on Amazon. There's some great offers on Amazon at the moment, as I keep saying. So this is Top Gun Maverick, the second Top Gun. Still haven't watched it. I believe it's meant to be fantastic on 4K, so I just really can't wait to watch that. I will get a few of these watched this week now, hopefully. Another one I picked up, it's still sealed. There's actually a few of these still sealed, just still to go. So this is Last Night in Soho, filmed by Edgar Wright. You know Edgar Wright, directed Baby Driver and did the Cornetto trilogy, I believe. But yeah, this is meant to be good. It's a weird kind of a time travel mystery thriller. So it's Thomasin McKenzie, you know her from Jojo Rabbit, among other things, and then Anna Taylor-Joy, who seems to be in a lot of stuff these days. But yeah, that is meant to be very good actually. So I'm looking forward to that. Picked up the classic The Godfather. This is The Godfather 2. Now I have Godfather 1 ordered, but it hasn't arrived yet, so that's why I haven't delved into this yet. So yeah, the whole Corleone story. What can you say? It's classic. This is remastered and restored. The original, I know there was a remaster out a few years ago, but this is meant to be really something else. So I can't wait to watch that as soon as the first part comes. Also picked up that horror that came out a couple of years ago. What year was this out in? 2019. So this is the Crawl. Sorry, I'm looking at the box. This is a movie that I think Mark G might have featured this in his competition video. Was it Mark or somebody anyway? But this is the Crawl. So this is a story about a flood in, where is it, in like Florida, Louisiana. It is through Florida, and all these massive alligators get loose. Very tense film. If you haven't seen it, it's good. It's very good. Like, you know, it's very jumpy. You know, so it's really good. Just 3 more 4Ks to go. Picked up the redoing of Candyman. So Candyman, say it 3 times, the best horror film of the year. Well, they always say that. Actually, didn't really enjoy this too much. I love the original with Virginia Madsen and Tony Todd. This one has Jordan Peele. I'm just trying to read the back of it. Yeah, I wasn't too impressed the first time around, but this was super cheap on Amazon, and I couldn't as a collector dodge it, like, you know, so I bought it. I will give it another shot again. Halloween's coming up, so loads of movies to watch for Halloween. Also picked up another one from my Marvel collection, and there's Marvel and DC film left. And then we're on to the Blu Rays. So this is Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. Haven't watched this yet. Apparently it's nearly 3 hours long, and I think that's what's throwing me off. But I will have to take the plunge. 161 minutes. What's that? 2 hours 41 minutes. The first one was decent. I will have to give it a go, obviously, when I bought it. So that's Wakanda. And then last of the 4Ks, this is Black Adam with The Rock. I did watch this. It was okay. Just a popcorn movie. It was okay. I'm not going to say much more, but it's not too bad. Like, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I'm sure there'll be more Black Adam films in the series. Hope this is going quick enough. I'm going to show you a bunch of Blu Rays next. Quickly going to fly through these. I'm sure you know most of these, aren't you? So first one I picked up a good few movies. There's probably a few movies in this stack of the same director here, writer-director Ben Wheatley. So this is In the Earth by Ben Wheatley. Man, trippy film, as Ben Wheatley does. Unfortunately, made the mistake of watching The Meg 2 the other night. Ben Wheatley's latest movie to direct. It's pure dog shit, but this is fantastic if you're into kind of weird movies, kind of folk horror kind of thing. Brilliant. In the Earth class. There will be more Ben Wheatley in a minute. Picked this one up. Years looking for this at a good price. So I ended up getting the Fearless Vampire Killers, Roman Polanski. This is a savage movie. I absolutely love this. Loved this as a kid. Sharon Tate's in it. I don't know what year this came out in. 1967. Good fun vampire romp. Good comedy. But yeah, it was one that I always remember. I ended up getting the Le Baile Los Vampiros. It's the Spanish version or something. But yeah, and it was still over 20 quid at that price, at that version. So I bought it because I absolutely love it. So the Fearless Vampire Killers, excellent stuff. Just throwing up all the films here. This is one I picked up at Blind Buy. Two Witches. I picked it up on Arrow. I usually cruise through the Arrow videos, see if I can find anything. So this is a witch movie, obviously about witches. Two Witches. Don't know who the director is. Could be a new guy. Pierre Sidgardis or something like that. But yeah, this is a kind of modern take on the whole story of witchcraft and witches. Very good. Special effects are really good. Some jumpy scenes in this. So yeah, good Blind Buy. Just glad I picked that up. Love the artwork on the cover. there's a performance in one of there's kind of two separate stories that intertwine even. Trying to get the name of the girl that's in it. I don't see it, but this girl here with the apple in her hand. Fantastic performance by her. Really good film, worth checking out if you haven't seen it. If you're into horror. Speaking of horror, comedy, this is Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. I used to have this a good few years ago. I don't know where it went. Could have lent it or something like that, but I bought it again for my collection because it was one of the movies for the movie club. So yeah, great fun zombie movie. Some really cool scenes, especially with the trampoline if you haven't seen it. Where am I going next? That doesn't really matter. I'm going to show you them all on you. So next up, another Ben Wheatley film. Just wanted to try to complete my Ben Wheatley collection. So this is Free Fire. Executive producer Martin Scorsese. So what this is an hour and a half of just pure fucking guns and comedy. Brilliant cast in it. They got Sharlto Copley, you know, guy from Chappie, and what else? District 9, that kind of thing. Arnie Hammer is in this as well. Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, Cillian Murphy, the Irish actor, Noah Taylor, Michael Smiley, who's in a lot of Ben Wheatley films, great actor. But yeah, I really like this. It's just an hour and a half of just bullets and guns and, you know, some good one-liners, and it's good crack. So good movie, Free Fire. Next up, classic John Woo movie, Face Off, with what do you call them? The Nicolas Cage and John Travolta squaring off. Great action movie. I don't know what year this came out in, but yeah, I actually never had this on Blu Ray before, so I was glad to pick it up. Nice and cheap. So great movie. This is the last film I've watched this week. Actually, this is a new one to me. This came out a couple of years ago. I think it done well in the Oscars between nominations and votes. This came out in 2020. The Sound of Metal. Very great story. What's the boy's name? Riz Ahmed, Olivia Cook. What a great performance by him. So this is a guy who plays in a kind of a metal rock band, and he ends up losing his hearing, and just as he struggles with becoming deaf, and that it's really powerful, really good, great acting. Sound of Metal, excellent movie. Bit of cheese from the late 70s, early 80s. I would say early 80s. So this is Xanadu, Olivia Newton-John. Another film I did watch when I was young, and I liked it. But yeah, it was a struggle to watch it again. Great ELO soundtrack. That's the only thing that saves this movie. Special effects are brutal in it. Gene Kelly's in it as well. You know, guy from Singing in the Rain and that. And it's a tough watch. It's just pure cheese, but a lot of people like that. Nearly there. Sorry for ducking down the whole time. Okay, speaking of cheese, another movie I would have watched in the 80s when I was growing up and I would have loved. I think I went to the cinema to see this. So this is what's her name? Helen Slater. So Supergirl with Faye Dunaway and Peter O'Toole. It didn't hold up well. It was a tough watch to watch that again. Cara, but yeah. Next one, talking about weirdness. Just want to watch this week. The Season of the Witch. This is on Arrow. So this is a George A. Romero movie from 1972. Is it? 1972. Yeah, Season of the Witch. It's about a bored housewife. I think it was called Hungry Wives or something. There's another title on this, but yeah, very weird. It wasn't great. I doubted very much I'd watch it again, but yeah, I had to buy it because it was George Romero. I love George Romero. Okay, this is a lot better. This is what's the name of the writer? This Dennis Wheatley, not Ben Wheatley. So this Dennis Wheatley's To the Devil a Daughter, Natasha Kinski, Richard Widmark, and of course Christopher Lee. Classic movie. It's part of this who's the Studio Canal series, nice coloured ones. There's a load of them out. That's a great movie. Next up, the cult horror classic Wolf Cop. Here Comes the Fuzz. Have seen it before, haven't opened it yet. I think that was about £3 to buy on Amazon, so bought it. Also, nice one. This is a great movie, the Autopsy of Jane Doe. So that's Emile Hirsch and what's his name? Brian Cox. Very good. If you haven't seen this, I don't want to ruin it for you. It's about father and son team, we'll call them, who do autopsies, and it's just a strange case comes through their doors. That's all I'll say, but it's definitely worth watching. It says watch it but not alone. It has some moments, alright, if you're not a big horror fan. Okay, this is another one I watched the other night. Doing a lot of talking here. Another one, Ben Wheatley, and this is A Field in England. one of his earlier ones. This just gets stranger and stranger. This is a fucking weird movie. What's his name? Smiley's back in this. Reece Shearsmith. There's some brilliant acting performances in this. This is the one that's going to leave you thinking. You're going to watch it and you're going to go, what the hell was that actually about? But great movie. This is out on, I think it's on Netflix or on Amazon, but I did see this and I really enjoyed it. Some stellar performances, even from the Transformer guy. What's his name? Shia LaBeouf. So this is the Peanut Butter Falcon. Really nice story. It's kind of a road trip movie, and it's just a really good bit of fun. Peanut Butter Falcon. This one, this kind of disappointed. This is Street Survivor. So this is the story of the 77 plane crash, Lynyrd Skynyrd, where Ronnie Van Zant and some backing vocalists and a few people died on it. Not many actually died on it on the plane. It was a good few. But anyway, it's poorly made. The acting is okay, but the film itself, it's a great but awful story, if you know what I mean, and it could have been done a lot better as a movie. But yeah, I've got to watch it. I have it. Soundtrack's decent. Obviously, you've got Skinner and some other stuff on it, but it's pretty good. So Street Survivors, I didn't even know that film was out until I just stumbled across it. Okay, just a few other nice cheery ones left. Okay, another one from what's his name? Ben Wheatley. Seen a lot of Ben Wheatley in this one. So this is High Rise. I have seen this before, that's why it's still sealed. I bought the soundtrack of this as well because it's a fantastic soundtrack. So Tom Hiddleston, Jeremy Irons, Sienna Miller, Luke Evans, Elizabeth Moss. Once again, another weird movie for Ben Wheatley. Not for him, but a weird movie by him. So that's why how strange it is that he's directed the Meg 2. I can't understand. But anyway, hopefully that funds him for a few more movies of his own that are cool. So yeah, another great movie if you're into the weird and wonderful. Okay, next up, 3 to go. Where they'll start. Classic rom comedy from Nicolas Cage once again, and Cher, 1987, I think. Moonstruck. So yeah, it's a great movie. It's a love story. The Italians. Very good. This is another one we did at the movie club, and I just picked it up because it was like £2 or something like that. So brilliant performance by what's her face, Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn, and among others. She's getting some serious movies these days, Barbie included. And this is the story of the Tonya Harding, Olympic skater. What happens with her? It's a really good film. Definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it. And the very last movie is something I haven't seen, but I picked it up once again. It was about £2. It's obviously a family movie, kind of transformery, shitty CGI kind of movie. So I don't even know who's in it. Yeah, I don't even think his name. So this is it's Monster Trucks. Haven't seen it, but sure, I will give it a buzz someday if I'm stuck for something to watch. So that is it, guys. A lot of talking there, a lot of movies, a lot of stuff for me to get through. But if you're a collector like me and you just see stuff at a good price, you will buy it. That's the whole collecting thing for you. So yeah. So guys, let me know in the comments if you know any of these movies, if there's any of them you really like. I've got a few to watch now, so if you want to recommend anything to watch first, there's a few of them still sealed. So that's it, guys. I'll leave it at that. We'll do the next one September, October, maybe the end of October for Halloween. Usually that's the time of the year when people that collect movies and that will be delving more into horror, trying to get some other horror stuff. So yeah, that'll be the next one, hopefully at the end of October. So that's it, guys. I'll do another music video this week. That 8 random heavy metal albums from my collection. But that's it. I'll leave you there. I've got to put all this shit away now, and that's it. Thanks for all for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Cheers. Have a good day. Bye.